Morning it is. It's Wednesday, January the 25th, 7 a.m. Huh. That's a cooler morning out than it was, but it ain't bad. Let's uh, let's just see what the temperature is. I always like to talk to Google. Hey Google, what's the temperature in DeLand, Florida?
In DeLand, it's mostly clear and 47, with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 58 in the forecast. There's also a lake wind advisory in effect until 7 p.m. today.
Lake wind advisory. Good morning, Sue. It's I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I like mornings. To me, it's the best time of the day. I'm fresh and ready and ready to go. That's that's just that's me. Some people aren't morning people, but I've always been. Let's see if Google has a joke for us this morning. Tell me a joke.
I lost the thread of the conversation. Could you rephrase what you said?
Oh, she wants me to talk again. Tell me a joke. I'll see what I do.
I'm still not getting that. If you don't mind hearing about something else entirely, try what's up.
What she does is if I don't do this right and I'm talking in the background before I give her time to think, she doesn't tell me a joke. So let's try one more time. Tell me a joke.
Who's the roundest knight at King Arthur's court? Circumference.
Circumference. That's his name? That's pretty bad. I don't know. Sometimes she has a bad joke. She'll tell a good one now and then, but sometimes she's tells a bad joke. Well, anyways, it looks like it's shouldn't be too bad a day today. It seems like we've had a lot of rain, so I'm looking for no rain in the forecast. Cassie, she's up here. She's got a little allergy on her skin problem. Sue, she's sitting right there. Say hi, Sue. Hi, Sue. And so she gets through these itchy spells, drives us crazy. And the poor little girl, she doesn't. I'll brush her down good and see the little spots on her. And they just come and go. That's just like the rest of us. We have these aches and pains, and they come and go. And we were just talking about that earlier. As you get older, you tend to get more aches and pains and joints. This morning, my shoulders hurt really bad, and I've never been much of a doctor person. In fact, I'm 65. I've been to the doctor 3 times in my entire life, so I guess some people call that pretty remarkable, but I have never needed to go to the doctor. Now, some people argue that with me, but I haven't ever needed to go to the doctor. Never been to the hospital in my life. But you chase, the older you get, the more pains that come up, and you chase after a fix for pain. And I don't really think there is a fix for pain. I've tried, and Sue's tried different things to relieve different pains, and sometimes you'll get some minor relief, but nothing actually removes pain. Sue's trying to get Cassie to quit itching herself. And so, you might find a little bit of relief, but you won't be totally pain-free. And I've noticed a lot of people do run doctor to doctor trying to find that solution. It doesn't really happen. Some of them get some repairs. They'll do some surgeries and stuff, and they'll say they feel better, and no one's to know what someone else feels like. But I was just thinking you'll see so many music stars and other stars, movie stars, and they'll die fairly early, and then they'll come out they'll say an accidental drug overdose. And for a while, I used to think is like, okay, the accidental drug overdose, these are just plain druggies, and that's why what happens, they just take too much drugs. But in reality, what I think happens is these people have means, they're wealthy, and they're able to go get all kinds of pain relief medications, and they start taking them, and maybe get a little bit of effect out. It helps a little bit, but then then it doesn't seem like it's working so well, and they'll take a little bit more, and they'll take a little bit more, and take a little bit more. Next thing you know, they've overdosed, and they're gone, and I really believe that's what happens a lot with these stars and stuff. Just trying to get rid of pain, they medicate themselves to death, and all these medications have all these side effects. And I've seen many times though, you'll take one medication and something else will start bothering you, and then you take another medication to deal with the side effects of the first medication, and then that one gets rid of that one, but then there's something else now bothering because it's a side effect, and it's just a chain, and it goes way down. I remember when my dad was alive, he took so many pills in the morning. You would, all different times of day, but you wouldn't think he'd have to eat lunch because there was so much pills that he would take. And I really felt because it was chasing after side effects. And I used to tell him, I said, Dad, I think it'd be better, why don't you just cut them all off, and start fresh and treat what's underlying symptoms there. Oh, no, I'll die, It's like, I really don't believe he would have died. There's a few things that if you don't continue on medication, you'll die from, but not, I don't think when you've got so many medicines that you're taking that'll, it will cause you to die, I see this a lot, I know, and I don't go to the doctors. I don't take any medications over counter. I take ibuprofen. That stuff's not good for you. And acetaminophen, yes, all that stuff's not really good for you. They say it'll cause you problems, but and be honest, take that stuff, and it barely helps at all. I mean, it's almost not worth taking on it. So, that's my little spew on medications this morning. It's and what made me think of that, I got up and I was achy. I had my cup of coffee. I've already drank my coffee in the coffee chat on it. That's the first thing I do. Get up in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, feed the dogs. They're first. Feed the dogs. Grab a cup of coffee. Sue's got she's got her little collie cup. This is called a collie cup, and on the front of it, in case you don't realize, this is going to look probably backwards. Maybe not. It says collie.
But it looks like our Abby too.
See, and it looks like our Abby, but that's what happens when you get older. You have to label everything because you forget. It's like, now what kind of dog is that? Oh, it's a collie. So that's a cool thing. What kind of dog is that? That's this one up here. Does anybody know what kind of dog that is? I'm not going to tell you. Maybe some of you already know, and some people will ask me. I know, and she turned around. There she is. Leave a comment below or in the comment section. What kind of dog is it? That's Cassie. What kind of dog is Cassie? I'm sure, and the winner will receive nothing. Hey, it'll be fun. Fuzzy Wuzzy. That's Fuzzy Wuzzy. Yeah, now she's going to look at it. She's on camera. She's famous. She's out on the internets. I heard some call it the interweb. Dark web. Yeah, I've heard that on the thing, the dark web. What is the dark web? I don't think it's very good. I always remember the other day I was thinking, I was watching, I don't know if any of you ever watched that new show, Sheldon. It was Big Bang Theory kickoff when Sheldon was a little boy, and Sheldon wanted a computer, and he always went to the Radio Shack. Well, when I was younger, I always went to the Radio Shack. Oh, you messed up my whole comment, Sue. Now you gave the answer, and people won't comment. The idea was to get it to comment. Oh, well. Now, what kind of dog is Sue? Now, put that in the comment. Oh, Laurie said it. I see. I messed up my little comment thing. She's not a poodle. She is a Rottweiler. So anybody who would like to know, she's a Rottweiler. So if you answer poodle, you're wrong. So leave in your comment what kind of dog you have, and do you have to label it so you can't forget. So Cassie is a Rottweiler. just to get that straight. Anyways, back to this show on the Sheldon show. He would go to Radio Shack all the time, and he decided he wanted a computer. This is back. I don't know what was that show. Probably in the 60s. No. 70s. No, yeah, 70s. 60s. There wasn't hardly any computers out there then. So, anyways, I used to go to Radio Shack, and Sheldon's first computer was a Tandy. That's what I had. It was a Tandy. My first computer. It was an 8088, a Tandy 8088. I actually did have a computer before that. That was, and I was trying to think the other day what you made those. I can't think of the name of it, but it had a little tape drive, looked like a tape recorder, and that's what your data was stored on, and it would plug into your television set. That was your monitor, and it was all in. I think it was in BASIC, barely any. You can barely did anything with it. But then when I got this Tandy computer, it was pretty good. It was I think it was CGA was the thing. Very pixelated. The pixels seemed like they were that big, and you'd have a few little games that you could play. Pretty simple little games, kind of like Pong and all that on it. And you could do a few things with it. You could journal on it and stuff. But that was my first computer, and I'm going to guess that must have been early 80s. I'm thinking somewhere around there. And that's when computers was pretty new. Most people didn't own a computer. And then I did move on up to a 386. This was a processor. These computers had 640 megabytes of hard drive. Now, that is so tiny that there's no, you couldn't really do nothing with them like we do today. I think it's when the show takes place, early 80s. Oh, yeah, that's when the Sheldon show takes place. Okay. And so anyways, then what happened after a while, you would get on, they made these things called a bulletin board. A bulletin board, you back then had a dial-up modem. That's how you'd get out, and you'd dial it up, and dial up, and then you hear this wee, screechy, ugly sound, and it would connect. You would dial a phone number of someone that had a bulletin board, and on this bulletin board, they would maybe have little games you could download. I think it was a zip file that you would download it to, and you'd get on there, and I think you could get in there and chat with each other on these bulletin boards. And a friend of mine, he was done the same thing that I was then. We are nerds, still am, and we were messing around. He started talking. He goes, there's something going to be coming on here, and he says in the next year, it's going to be called the World Wide Web. World Wide Web, what on earth would that be? And it's like, you'll be able to get on this and communicate with somebody all around the world. The things that you'll be able to do, it's just going to be just mind-blowing, really. And so, we talked about the World Wide Web, and finally it came online. There were some other ones. Was that Prodigy? AOL had one. There was several little forms that was kind of the beginning of the World Wide Web. And as it moved on, here we are today. I'm chatting with y'all this morning on the World Wide Web. I've done a video chat talking to people. You could virtually be talking to anybody around the world, whoever happens to click in here and watch this. But so brought up, and then who would ever thought how much we use and rely on that World Wide Web, the internet? You do banking on it. You make purchases on it. Amazon, you can buy anything you want off Amazon, and so that's it has just crazy how the internet has progressed. Sue does genealogy, and she's been bringing up records. She'll bring up birth certificates, death certificates, marriage license, from census. She goes back to the census and she all does that from her little computer. And yeah, she goes all the way back to 1800s, and she actually has been what you take back to the what year 1000, so traces all the way back that she has found information. She's digging up on her. That's her hobby. She likes to go back and see where her family came from. Most of hers came, England, Cornwall, I guess, is the area. And I've looked a little bit of mine, and mine actually goes back to England on my dad's side. On my mom's side, we were American Indians. We were Cherokees. And so I have half Indian and half English into me. So, see my shirt today? It says Indian on it. It's because I'm an Indian. Look out, I'll scalp you if you ain't careful. So I wear my Indian shirt. We have a motorcycle. It's not an Indian. It'd be nice if it was. They make an Indian motorcycle that's some really. We bought our motorcycle at the Indian dealer. Um, so, and part of when you buy it, they give you a free T-shirt. I like free. Free is the best price you'll ever pay for anything. If I can find anything free, we'll go. We're close to Daytona Beach, Daytona Bike Week. It's one of the largest bike events in the world, and different places, like all states, you go in and you give them your driver's license so they can send you quotes and stuff, but they'll give you free shirts. I got a whole closet full of free all-state Bike Week shirts. I don't go out and spend $15, $20, $30 on shirts. And talking about shirts the other day, now this shirt is a good example of that. People will buy shirts with a product name on it. It could be Harley Davidson. It could be any product, and they'll pay $15, $20 for a shirt and advertise that company's product. Now this one's advertising a product, but I didn't pay for it. They should give you that shirt in order for the advertisement. I call it. Somebody says it's not scams, but I call them scams. It's a little. Someone say it's a marketing technique. Yeah, it's a marketing technique, but it's also a scam. You pay me for this shirt, and I'll advertise your product. So it's like, to me, that's a scam. If you want me to wear your shirt, give me the shirt free, and then I'll advertise your product because I'll wear it around. People see it, they'll go, oh, look, I'm going to buy an Indian, because I'm wearing that shirt. And I said, I'm going to go buy an Indian because I'm wearing that shirt. When you see an advertisement, now do you just say, hey, look, there's Tide Pods, I'm going to run out and buy them because I've seen it on TV. Now sometimes the new item and people go, I'm going to check that out. But how effective is advertisements? I used to own a pet store years back, and they would the dealer that I bought my animals and products from would run. Do not eat Tide Pods. They're not good. But they'd run a promotion. You would buy in and you'd pay X amount, and they would advertise my pet store in your lake. Like they would have maybe a deal on fish. Say buy one get one free, and then you can get these. It was called Guppies and Things. Was the name of my pet store, and then I would buy a bunch of these fish from my distributor and have them there, and somebody come in and see that, and they would get one. I don't know if there's a coupon listed with it or what, but that, and I'd gear up. Oh man, I'm gonna get real busy here. It didn't work. It's like I really didn't get a few people come in to get it, but very few. For what I paid for the ad, I didn't generate that more sales in order to cover the ad. Maybe broke even. Plus another thing it did, I always had excess of these fish that they had on special. What I found out, we need a Lucky Dog production shirt, and then people can buy them from me and advertise Lucky Dog. Anyways, back to my story. The promotion was for my supplier. He got all these pet stores that got into it. They bought all these fish off of him. I don't believe there was any discount that we received. It was just a promotion. And so he received more because he talked us into buying it. He sold more items. We ended up with the items in our store. We possibly broke even, and he made money. See, I look over things and see what's the underlying thing. What does um, the end run does. So as being a business owner and doing advertising, I don't feel that advertising was very efficient, very effectful. Could be for big corporations and stuff. Now, I mean, there is another link to advertising. It does throw your name out there, and the money that you spent on that advertisement is tax deductible because it's a business expense. Now, I think you get probably more of a return by using that as a tax deductible thing, and than you do with a actual making money from that that particular promotion onto it. So there is some benefit to that by advertising in that. So I don't know, that was on my mind. I thought I'd throw that out a little bit about advertising there. Does any of you have businesses out there? Do you advertise? And another thing, hey, I'd like to start, if anyone watching this, leave some comments in the comments section. And what I'll do is, even if you're not online live with me in the morning, when I come on, I will go into the comment section and read some of these comments, and we can discuss some things that you commented about. So, the cool thing about the live feed is it'll be posted on after this live feed's over. It'll be posted online, and be able to go back and rewatch it. And but if you go ahead and leave a comment there of anything you want, leave a comment, and we'll read the comments live on air, and we'll talk about the comments there. And so do me a favor and do that. Try leave some comments, see what we can come up with that there. Let's go back here and see if we can get a better joke from Google. Tell me a joke.
Why did the cowboy buy a dachshund? Someone told him to get along, little dog.
Well, that was kind of funny. That fits Lucky Dog, huh? Get a long little doggy. Saw a Dotson, a long little doggy. That was a good one. Sometimes she gets a good one on it. Sometimes they're pretty lame, but a long little doggy, haha. Yeah, that's what Sue was saying. All right, I've come up with, I try to keep these 20, 25 minutes. They don't have to be. I could go longer, but that's, if get some conversations gone there, we can make them longer than this. But hey, I just want to remind anyone out there, if you're watching videos, I'm an Amazon affiliate. What that means is there's a link here in my description, and it'll take you to Amazon. And if you hit that link and go there and going to be purchasing something, if you're going to purchase something anyways, you may hit my link. What it'll do is Amazon will give me a small commission back, and it doesn't cost you nothing. It doesn't cost you a penny. So if you do me a favor and do that, that would help out my channel quite a bit on it. So we're going to get out here today. I've uploaded one video on I put a new pressure switch on my pump yesterday. That was today's regular video, and that went really well. I was a little, when working with their pumping at it, you get like, oh no, we don't want to mess nothing up, but went good. The video's online now, so check out today's video, installing a new pressure switch. So we'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Have a good Thursday.